a goofy intro. We can do spank, 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 spank that monkey, spanking monkey, and then cut to Tyler. No spanking it.
By the way, welcome everybody
to JBM's podcast. Oh, that's a little different.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't
It's
know
good.
how I
It's
feel
good
about
different.
that.
God.
It's a good different though.
I'm sorry, guys. I didn't I'm not gonna try to take it off, but it's the Lyrical Lemonade watermelon. I couldn't wait. I opened it beforehand. I apologize, but I think it tastes delicious. I think it tastes better than the regular lemonade. What about you?
Same watermelon, always.
I don't know. Sometimes like a watermelon flavors, like it's gotta be just right, you know, or else it tastes too artificial for me.
Fuck.
God damn it.
Fucked it up.
Oh my god.
I ruined it.
All right.
You did
Sorry,
ruin
couldn't
it.
find it.
This
Oh
was
yeah.
a perfect
I
intro.
like the lemonade one more.
Shame on you.
I
The
know.
watermelon one, I
sorry.
like it.
I like to be different.
Basic bitch. No, it's not different. Basic.
Not
You're not being different. You are fitting the typecast.
All right.
It is original.
All right. Relax.
She's being original. Leave her alone.
Original.
Original.
Oh my god.
Original Midwestern girl.
Ew.
Not trying.
Not trying. You're in
trying
a
to-
bully state.
Bully stick. I'm that troll.
Oh
We
no,
talked about-
Brogan's always bullying me. Like it
How
does not matter
dare you?
time or day.
How
It's
dare
just like
you?
I say anything and he's like,
I mean,
No, that's Michaela. Or that's not Michaela. That's
you think you? It's
I've
hard.
been hanging out with Jake too much.
I've been hanging out with Jake too.
yeah, and Jake bullies me too.
No, Jake has it out for her.
He
24/7.
does have it out for me.
She'll
I'll
breathe, and he'll be like, "Could you breathe any more gay?" Or just
Any more gay?
stupid shit like that.
Bro,
just to
I-
let you guys
sometimes
know,
I
Jake is not homophobic. He is just
No, he's
messing
not.
around. That's pretty.
Sometimes I think,
Jake has his moments.
dude, he
Cut.
has it out for me.
Good.
He has it out for me, bro.
Because you're
Oh,
bi
man.
curious.
Like Michaela's here, man. Kayla,
Man.
like it's
Mikey, man,
Mikey.
Kayla.
Mikael.
Oh my god, it's just like one thing after another.
because he likes you.
It's his
Oh,
way
I
of
don't know.
showing love.
I don't know.
Affection.
He doesn't love me because he doesn't bully me as often.
Okay.
We don't even argue. Actually, he's just supposedly calling
Exists.
on my shit. No, I'm calling your shit. What? I'm calling your shit. Huh? And
Oh,
and I'm like,
it,
okay.
it was nothing. He did
What?
the same. He called Junior. It was about, I think you were supposed to pick up Angel in the Camaro.
Yeah.
And he also needed a ride. And he's like, "Why did you leave your house to come pick me up when Junior is literally at Angel's house right now?" And I said, "Oh, it's because he's got all these monitors and everything. And they're probably in the back seat of the Camaro." And he goes, "I'm going to call him out on his shit." And then Riley was like, "Oh, haha." And then Jake just sits there like this. And Riley goes, "I thought you were actually going to call him." He's like, "I mean, I can, but that seems like I will."
Jake called me, I think like 40 times. He called me so
Yeah.
many times that my phone just like automatically like blocked him. Like
was
I'm not
great.
even joking though. And he left me like over like 30 voicemails.
But they were also like, he just put the phone up here and he was just talking to me and Riley.
Yeah, and I was just like, what am I supposed to do with all this?
Nothing.
Delete it. More work for you
Not
Yeah.
for real.
because it takes up storage. Leaving all those goddamn voicemails.
I think of all the sound bites you have of Jake.
This is outrageous.
true.
He didn't ask for your consent for those voicemails.
No, he did not.
And on the topic of consent, you see what I did there?
Good. They're
love
transitioning.
you,
Transition.
Like a pro.
Like
Oh
a.
my god.
But no, there was this podcast that I listened to while I worked called Pod Crush, and it's with Penn Badgley, Sophia. I can't think of her last name. I apologize. They're never gonna see this, but still, I feel bad.
Okay.
And then
never know.
I'll never know.
I'll add him on TikTok.
And then another one, I think Nava. There we go. That's how you pronounce her name. I don't know her last name either. I feel so.
I don't
ashamed.
know
But
any of these
they're middle schoolers and they interview people.
Oh,
and
then I
about-
definitely
no,
would know.
no, they're like God damn it, I fucked that up. They're not middle schoolers. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Penn Badgley is the guy from You.
Oh,
He's
okay.
the actor. Yeah. So
He said middle schoolers. I was
yeah,
like,
no.
I wouldn't know.
They
any
talk
fucking-
about their middle school life. That's what I meant to say.
Oh, okay, I got
fucked
you,
it
I
up.
got you.
But
Cool.
so
Interesting
then
time.
yeah. Oh, for sure. And then they interviewed what's his name? Justin Boldley? I'm not sure. Baldoni? Justin Baldoni?
I'd
I
have
think
to
I'm
see-
pronouncing that right.
I'd have to see.
Justin Baldoni?
Fuck fuck is this?
He's
What does he do?
he's very known for he's an actor.
Okay.
He's played the role of Raphael in Jane the Virgin.
I didn't watch that show.
I
so
know
I
of
don't
the
know.
show, but I don't.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
of it. I just haven't seen it.
I don't know what else he's in. That's I've seen that show, so that's where I know him by. But he's probably done other roles. Just look it up. But he also has his own podcast, and he also wrote a book called damn, I'm unprepared. I can't remember his book. I am so sorry, guys.
Yeah, the power of editing.
The power of editing.
We'll just
right?
make this.
Boys will be boys. No, boys will be human. His boys are slashed out.
Okay.
So boys
Okay.
will be human, and then his podcast is Man Enough.
Okay.
Nice.
So pretty much on that podcast, he talks about consent and how many men don't really know the definition of consent, which is quite scary. I mean,
Yeah.
I personally think it's common knowledge, but probably
Well,
like
no, I mean, you kind of got to be taught consent
yeah.
when you're young.
And I don't remember like actually like my parents sitting me down and
No.
teaching me consent. And
I feel like my
me-
parents, like I had to know things like quick growing up as a kid, like be be nice, no like mind your P's and Q's, like that kind of stuff. And I feel like that was thrown in with like ask for this, make sure you really ask like this stuff. And then like I
Yeah.
got older and I just kind of was
and then
like
you kind of
oh.
connected. Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'll ask about that. But I'm like, especially now, it's even more so like, it's like, hey, what do you think about this? And if I get, I'm like, okay, we're gonna play this back again because I don't think you understand what I'm asking you.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm just like, okay.
I think for me, like, obviously it's different as like a girl, you know, because even I remember even in elementary school, there was a bit of a situation with me and my class in 5th grade. I don't know if I told you guys about this.
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Honestly,
Maybe Brogan. but-
Michaela in 5th grade.
Yeah,
un-
you guys did not know me at all.
No.
But there was this incident where this guy was taking pictures of underneath girl skirts and like all this type of stuff, and he used to like not be very nice to me. He like, and I was like a very, you know, innocent girl. I'm in 5th grade. Like that type of stuff was not in my headspace like
Yeah.
at all.
In reality, it shouldn't be. So
Yeah,
Fair
and
enough.
so you know how like guys will be like, "Oh, put your elbows together," you know?
oh
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck does that do? I didn't. I was so confused, but now I
Yeah,
yeah,
get it,
and so and he would like do that and like do all those other types of tricks to get girls to like,
he did that to you?
yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
god.
yeah, and like. And I kind of got mostly left alone because my mom's a teacher. She was a teacher there.
Ah.
Yeah.
And so I think he kind of knew a little bit better than to like really mess with me, you know?
Yeah.
But at the end of the school year, the principal came in and she was just like, which I don't think this was necessarily the right way to go about it, but she basically came into the classroom and was just like, raise your hand if you've had problems with this student.
Oh
And like,
shit. Okay.
dude, almost every single girl like raised their hand. And so
I mean, honestly, they should have just called each student one
yeah,
by
right?
one.
Yeah,
instead of,
I don't
like-
know. I don't know. It was a different
mean,
time back then.
I don't know. Well, honestly, to just protect, like, obviously boys can be cruel. I mean, that's the whole point of like of his book, is trying to teach boys to be more emotional beings. As you hear the phrase, "Oh, you're having a girl, that's gonna be rough." Like, boys are such like easy to raise. You could just let them be. It's like, no, like don't let them go into freaking wild. That's why they act
Yeah.
wild.
Right, right. Because
Like-
they weren't taught.
Exactly. And that's like you need to teach. And like that's where I kind of got like I started thinking about my own childhood. I'm like, damn, like was I ever like taught this? And I'm like, as growing up, I just kind of put things together. Like I naturally saw something. I'm like, this doesn't look right. This doesn't
Right,
feel right.
yeah.
And not many people obviously have that. Like some people like are wired. Everyone's wired differently.
Yeah.
And it's nice to have someone there to actually talk to you. And I like how Justin in his book, he explains, in the podcast as well, go look at the episode. It's a really great episode. Pod Crush is a great podcast as well. We're a little bit better, but no, we're not. I try to flex, but I can't. That was a big ass lie. But anyways, he talks about where he was in a room full of boys, I think probably middle school age, and he's like, it's hard to like talk about consent with them. Like I think around elementary and middle school age, and because it's like you don't really want to flat out and say it, like
Right.
exactly be descriptive.
Yeah.
So he's like the best way. He's like he found a way to do it is the French fry method, where basically he's like you and your friend, like Emily, we're gonna just random name, you and Emily. You ask her, do you want French fries? And she's like, yeah. And it's like, cool. You guys go get French fries. You guys will get there. Now, like she probably like doesn't like she changes her mind. She's like, oh, I don't want to get any French fries. You're not gonna force her. You're not gonna be like, oh, like get French fries. You're gonna be like, okay, and just be on your merry way, right? Now, what if like let's just say she's eating French fries, she's enjoying it, but then at a certain point she's like, oh, I'm full, I can't. And it's not like you're gonna stuff the French fries in her face, right? Like, no, you're gonna be like, no, okay, that's cool, save it for later or whatever, or you're gonna eat them yourself, whatever. But you're not gonna force it upon her. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
And that's how he goes on to explain it furthermore. If you want to like see his whole explanation about it, please check out the podcast. And I like that. I really do, because it keeps it's simple. It makes sense. Like that's what consent is. Making sure they're okay like with it, and there's nothing wrong with them changing their mind.
Yeah. And I also feel like people feel like consent equals not sexy. Like I feel like in the movies or like in media, they'll be like, oh, they don't ever really like show consent, in being, in media. And I feel like, maybe for somebody who like that's all their like experience, is like watching movies or TV shows, books.
I mean, that's what's
whatever.
heavily like that's what we grew up on. That's like media is a big influence in society.
Exactly.
A huge influence.
And so I think it should be like, I feel like there's a stigma around like consent not being like, in that type of certain situations.
It actually, like the moments they make, I think they show consent. I'm not saying every media does this. Some media do portray it fucking perfectly, but they portray it as it's an awkward thing. Like
like it's awkward or something. When it really just like shouldn't be, and it's just like if it's awkward, then maybe you shouldn't.
Well, yeah, and I'm like, but it's like awkward to ask, and like how you said, not many people view it as sexy, but you could do it sexy. You could consent is the word of like obviously getting permission and all that, whatever. And it's like once you get that permission, it doesn't mean you fully have that permission. Now the way you ask for consent could be different, like you could make it sexy, wordplay a little bit, but obviously
and it's just
make
like
it clear,
and checking in, and, and stuff like that. Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that, and and the other person has to be open to like be like, hey, this is not what I'm feeling, and
right.
And this is what's really hard, because like with guys as well, like it, like vice versa, guys could be very confused and wouldn't know when they're being assaulted because they think like
right. That's like another big thing I feel like is that like guys like I feel like when you get a girl, everybody is like so excited and they're like, oh my God, like hell yeah, brother, and all this type of stuff. But
just met dude Michaela.
Yeah. Man Kayla.
Man,
Mikey came out.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. But it's just like, it's so true that like, I feel like I was taught to make sure that my consent is always given, right? But nobody has really ever talked to me about making sure that
the guy is okay.
The guy is like okay with everything too.
I was gonna say I've never been asked.
Right. I mean,
I was never
and it's just
asked.
like, it's so I kind of feel that like it's like a double standard sort of thing.
It is a double standard. It's because it's like with your perspective, a way of like I guess a girl asking, not even asking for consent, but how.
Bless you.
That is that. I'm pretty
That
sure
couldn't
that
have
made
been-
it.
Yeah, I heard it. I heard it. through
Yeah, I
here.
heard it as well.
That'll be a whole clip.
That was Paul sneezing. If you guys didn't know, that's pretty good.
Cameraman,
But,
just saying.
but like a girl's, I guess, way of asking like you want to do this is either by making the first move, by making
Yeah.
out with you,
Yeah.
or grabbing or whatever. Like initializing that way instead of like asking like, hey, like, do you want to do this? Because obviously girls are taught like, no, you shouldn't ask for that.
Right. And it's always like the guy needs to,
Initiate,
you know,
or it's-
initiate
yeah.
and stuff like that. And it's just like,
And that's where things kind of get blindsided because then it's like, oh, the guy, like, he's like, since the girl can't do it, I have to do it for her.
uh-huh. Yeah.
That's where
Yeah.
it's just, it's so rocky.
yeah. Yeah.
really
It can
is.
get messy, you know, quick.
And me and Angel were talking about this and how like with like even with the dating culture how it is now, it's hard to like out in public like flirt with girls because you don't know how old they are. Like you really
Yeah.
don't. Like a lot of like young girls are starting to look older, and a lot of older girls look young, and
Yeah.
like we're put in that position where like, oh, like how like
Do I go up to you and say
Yeah.
hi, or is a lawsuit
But,
going to
like-
start pending?
But also, I feel like the thing is that you should go in with the intention of like,
obvious, yeah,
You
not
know.
an intention of like, oh, I'm gonna bag this one. No.
yeah, right.
yeah,
like
yeah.
I feel like your intention really matters in that sort of situation,
Mhm.
and you know, obviously, I feel like I don't know, maybe most women like want to have like a genuine conversation at first.
Oh yeah, I mean,
know?
I
And
like to say,
yeah, you know, I feel like a lot of humans want that.
but that's where it gets like hard to like grasp
Proper
the
word
age through communication.
Well,
Unless you
but-
think of
but
like age.
you don't even have to
related.
like straight up ask them their age. You could be like, "Oh, when did you graduate high school?
boom.
I don't think I'd be that. I probably will just be like,
How old are?
How old are you?"
I'm not
How
gonna
old
like
are
walk
you?
up to you and be like, hey, excuse me, how old are you? But like,
Yes.
I
Right down.
Well, like,
that's
I feel-
that's gonna
yeah.
come up within the first.
Like couple of questions, hopefully.
Oh yeah, within the first three, that's gonna be like, oh hey, like what are you doing here? Like,
Where are you
what am-
from?
Where are you from? How old are you? And if they
Yeah.
How
go,
old are
and if they
you?
go, what does that matter? One of two things pops in my head. Either
They're
just
either too old
too
or
old
like
or
they're too young.
and it's just like, okay, cool. My brain is telling me I need to walk away
Yeah.
because I've been in that, but I've been in like also like
I mean, also you could I could view it as like I'm gonna be the devil's advocate here. You could also view it in their shoes, like, does he want to know how old I am because he wants to try to bag me or something, or try to
I
you
don't
know?
know. Yeah. I wouldn't.
I don't know.
Me personally, I wouldn't mind if it got. I know I kind of look
young.
like young.
As someone that
so-
hasn't updated their ID yet.
ID.
Yeah.
Have a-
Still like
my
minor ID.
16-year-old
Minor
self, my
ID.
16-year-old self is still on my ID.
Oh,
Dude, the
no.
bartenders, they always are like,
yeah, I'd hate you too.
I hate you too.
I would hate you
Whoa.
too.
You gotta. When are you gonna update it?
when it expires?
26. That's when you're 26.
Yeah.
20.
you still
two more
have, like,
years.
Yeah.
No, 3.
What-
She just
oh,
turned
yeah.
23.
Well, 2026.
Whatever.
It's
I don't know.
Whatever.
Who knows?
it's 2024 now, so 2 years.
Well, yeah. Well, it's on her 26th birthday.
So 2 years.
No.
She's
3 years.
23.
I'm 23.
So
23 to
24, 25, 26.
So it expires in 2026 though.
I guess so. I don't know. We could check
We can
after
check.
the podcast.
So when you're 25, you're gonna have to update it. Yeah. Because it's
Okay.
2024. You're yeah. Why are you looking at yours? She's born in 2001.
Yeah, but it's my 26th birthday. It's be her 26th birthday. So 2027 then.
Okay, so you need to update yours in 2020. I mean, I would recommend.
Yeah,
updating
I
it
feel like I
earlier
should.
because
you know.
a lot of like clubs and bars will turn that away
Yeah, for real.
because of. I think at a certain point they're like, actually,
Update your fucking ID.
when I went to a bar with Angel in Naperville Riverwalk around that area, one girl, I think she or guy turned 21 and he had still the minor ID. And he gave it to the lady, and she's like,
Yeah, and
"Oh, like she was like, ooh, like listen, I'm gonna let you in now,
yeah, but you need
but
to
you
update it.
need to update it. It wasn't expired. She just said that
Yeah.
you need to update it.
I remember I think I tried getting into Rise when I turned 21 and they were like, nope. They're like, your ID is nope.
Vertical.
Nope. Can't do it. And I was like, oh, okay.
Okay,
Okay.
okay,
Okay.
You don't want my money?
You want my money? That's okay. Actually,
Just throw it at the security guard.
yeah.
The
No.
disrespect.
Do you have my ID, Paul? I think you might also have my debit card.
Oh, Smart.
Smart.
Both of them? Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew it.
But either way, it's like one of those.
New driver license 06/19/26.
So yeah, when you're 25.
Yeah, when I'm 25.
Okay.
Fuck you.
I thought it was the same for everybody. Mine's 26.
I don't think. Well, it's for us. It is because we're born in 2000.
Well, Brogan, did you ever have to get your license renewed for any reason? Like, did you get a new license for something before, like earlier?
No, I got it when I was 16, and then when I turned 21.
So you got it when you turned 21?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's every 5 years.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, 21, but she never. Oh, well, you never got yours renewed. Never mind then.
No,
Yeah, why
it
would it-
is renewed.
That's why it expires
because
in
I got-
2026.
yeah.
They just gave her a minor ID for some reason, and instead of
Okay.
a.
No. They like it's a legit 2021 ID. It's just they used my
Okay.
photo
From
when I was 16
Which is weird.
because I don't know, the Secretary of State
the Secretary of State.
like was just like, hey,
Well, you did
You
it
don't have-
online, right?
no,
Oh.
it automatically like did it for me.
You went to the DMV.
No, I didn't have to.
Oh, that's.
I literally
fucking
got
weird.
a letter saying that from the Secretary of State that I don't have to go into I don't have to go into the DMV, and they'll just use all of my previous information and they'll give me my new ID.
I say that's weird.
Yeah, and it just came in
Should
through
have
the
have
mail.
you could just have a big brain, Michaela. Be like, okay, and they're like, wait, I was 16 in that photo.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
That was like the
Yeah.
first thing I thought, and I thought it was kind of weird, but I was like, well, whatever. I don't have to go into the DMV.
No, I
now.
never knew it was your 21 ID. I just thought they were just like, oh, you're 16-year-old, your fucking ID. It's okay. We'll just use that. I was like, God damn, all right.
No,
I went.
no.
When I turned. Yeah, that was before. That was after COVID.
Yeah.
I went to the DMV. The only thing I got in my letter was like, hey, you need to get your eyes checked, and I'm like, I guess.
I'll say mine was just
I
like,
was blind. I mean, that's why I'm wearing fucking glasses now.
Yeah.
I barely got these a year ago.
yeah. But no.
Fucking went through college without them, and my doctor's like, "How the fuck did you graduate college?" I'm like, "Dude, we're in the modern era.
Yeah.
Laptops,
Modern.
Online.
yeah.
That's why my
the
vision's so
online
ass, 'cause
laptops
Because I'm
all-
this close to my.
Everything is just
Yeah.
there, and then
Ooh, okay. So on my TikTok,
okay.
there was this lady, and I definitely have posture issues. You know, just like from like
just
like,
she went-
you
My
know,
normal
my normal
stance.
like here should really
shit.
be like this.
Michaela, I was gonna say, you have
You
good
know,
posture.
I
And
do.
So,
when it comes to sitting down, though, I'm kind of slouched.
and so, but like there was this lady,
They're making a
and
lot
she
of
was
noise.
like, do this 5-minute posture exercise, and I was like, you know
It's a
what?
trap.
Hell yeah. Like she put like evidence of like other people who were doing it, and I was like, fuck it.
You
And
went
I
from
did it
this
last night.
to this.
I did it last night, and my shoulders they were burning, bro, while I was doing the exercises, but they felt really relaxed and much looser, and I could tell that like my shoulders just felt way better.
See, I thought you were gonna talk about how it's like that woman that's like, how to acclimatize to cold water, and I was like, don't do it, Michaela.
Acclimatize.
Just no. She goes, acclimatize, lift up, acclimatize, lift up, back in the water, go waist deep, and then go in, and then like it's some dude, and he's like, just jump in, save yourself some trouble. Jump in the water.
I missed this trend. What the fuck? I don't even know what the fuck you guys are talking
She
about.
sent me this TikTok,
Yeah,
and it's
sent
this
it.
it's this lady, and she's like, how to get used to cold water, and
Oh.
she dips her arms, acclimatize.
Acclimatize.
She's not even in the
Acclimatize.
water, Junior. Just acclimatize. Let me get a little bit in. Acclimatize again. Lift up, swim, and she's like collarbone like out of the water, and I'm acclimatized, and I was like, I hate you people so much.
Well,
on,
I would
it's
not. I would
funny.
not recommend jumping in cold water.
Oh,
I
yeah.
would slowly, depending on how cold the water is.
Yeah.
Because you can shock your body.
Yeah.
And that'll be no bueno. You might
no-
drown.
no
Unless
bueno.
it's you can stand and fuck it. But if you can't, you might drown, or you just might die to send your body in shock.
Lake Michigan, baby.
Like, oh, that was
Michigan.
cold.
That ain't nothing anymore. I used to fear Lake Michigan.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
After the Wisconsin incident.
No, it's just
No.
Lake Michigan. Lake Michigan's way colder.
It is.
Yeah.
Even in winter,
Probably.
go skinny dipping in.
I don't think I'm ever gonna do that. The
But you
cold
need
plunge.
some consent.
You
Hey,
need to ask the lake.
I
Can
don't-
I put my wing? Can I skinny dip in here?
Can I jump in you?
Yeah.
Real quick.
Can I jump in you real quick?
I'll jump in you real quick.
Damn, no, I'm hitting it. We didn't. ask the lake for permission. When
No,
we jumped in
No,
the
we
pool.
did
four idiots
not.
just fucking full speed went in that bitch. It's all right.
Oh my god. But yeah, I think it's really cool that that podcast was talking about consent.
Oh
you know,
yeah,
and everything.
they talk about a lot of like very like deep stuff and about middle school and reflecting on life and how like the middle school years are truly where you start forming, like where
Yeah.
you become like you have that awkward stage and
What?
you
Sorry.
form independent thought.
Sorry.
Yeah, so sorry.
So sorry.
So sorry. Question.
Question.
When did you guys have your first kiss?
I don't remember. It was that.
You don't remember?
It was a very long time ago.
I
You know what's
remember.
funny? This is a pod crusher question. A
Yeah.
pod crush question. But
That's
anyway.
why I thought of it because and I
think-
kind of want to talk about
I
it.
think I had it. I think my neighbors got pissed off because I kissed their daughter at some point when I was like a real little kid. I don't remember it.
He
What?
he didn't ask for consent. He should have
No.
went.
I hope I did. I don't know. I was like 4. I don't know.
I
was a young
think
lad. I
when
don't
I had my
remember.
first kiss, I remember exactly where I had it.
I also remember exactly
but
where.
I can't remember the age I was just because the setting I was in. I know it was like I know I was in elementary school and it was still in Plainfield. It was at Export Fitness and it was in the daycare area. So and they still had the fucking GameCube. So I was probably like 6 or 7. That shit was awesome when they had the GameCube in there. But you know what I'm talking about, the little kiosk case.
I know what
Yeah.
you're talking about. I know.
So-
I had one. Yeah, I got. I know what you mean.
I still have mine, bitch.
I don't have mine broke. Bitch.
No.
Bitch.
I'm
Anyways,
upset.
yeah, mine was in export. It was with this white girl, blonde hair. I can't remember her name. Short blonde hair. I think she was wearing like I think she did ballet.
Do you remember her name?
I don't remember her
I
name.
was gonna say if you did,
I just said I don't
my
remember her
My
name.
memory really needs to like
I-
I have ass memory.
I remember his name.
I remember his
He,
name.
he lived in my neighborhood.
Well, you see,
Yeah.
that was. I mean,
It was
with
a little
her,
different.
yeah, with her, I just met her, and
Oh.
she was acting pretty friendly towards me, and then
you kissed her?
she kissed me actually.
Oh.
So
She didn't ask for
she
consent.
She didn't.
The move.
But after that we started like holding hands, and I like daycare people like noticed we were getting too friendly, and they're like no, and then they
Yeah.
called their parents.
Oh my god.
That'll do it.
But pretty much what happened was I like I said, I don't remember her name because I don't remember the conversations we had.
yeah.
Like that's the only thing I don't remember. I just remember what happened is we went into the slide. Cliche, kissed in the slide. And I remember I was like standing there, and then she just like leaned forward, gave me a peck, and then I think either I went down or she went down, and then I don't know what we did after that. I only get like fragments of this stuff. And all I know is that we would like hold hands, and then the daycare people were like, no. And I'm like, no. And then we would hide and hold hands, and then we're calling your parents.
Aw.
Forbidden,
Yeah.
forbidden,
Forbidden
love. at the
love.
daycare.
That's
Exactly.
so cute.
But yeah, after that's where I had my
And
first
you
kiss.
never saw her again.
Never did.
Oh my god.
Never. I'm telling you right now, it'd be the most craziest shit if I've ever met her again. Like, I would love to meet her again and be like, "Do you remember this?" I'm like, just to have someone that remembers it and maybe
forbidden
remembers a
love.
different. Yeah, like maybe remembers more.
Yeah.
It'd be crazy.
Or
to fucking-
differently.
yeah,
Or
exactly.
differently.
I was the attacker.
Oh my
Rawr.
god.
Pushed her down the slide.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, my first kiss was in 7th grade, I'm pretty sure. Either 6th or 7th.
Oh man.
So I
pretty
was
old.
I was kind of old, yeah.
I'm not judging. I had
I'm not-
sex when I was 19, so I'm okay with this.
14, baby. Now
But yeah,
15.
his name was Trevor, and
Sounds like a delinquent,
yeah, he was.
Trevor.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I don't know. Maybe the.
But I remember feeling so pressured. So we were in like the neighborhood,
Oh no.
and there was like a whole bunch of other kids around, and I remember him like we like kissed behind a bush. And then I remember like walking like out and like there being like a whole bunch of kids over there and being like, it
That
was
reminds
embarrassing.
me. That reminds me of.
I
high
didn't like
school.
it.
Reminds me of high school.
Reminds me of that's why like me growing like when it comes to school it was like different. Obviously in the last video you guys see I did talk about how I live in a small town called Wilmington, but I moved to here playing. Whoa, cut that out. We don't live in Plainfield, but Michaela, bleep.
Find me.
Find me.
Find
but,
me.
Yeah, and then so I went from a school of 400 kids to a school that had 400 kids in total in that entire school to my class being like 500.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like solely my class, my grade. And even then I didn't socialize with anybody in that school. Like I would just listen to music, get to my class, never hated high school, never saw the point in ditching because I'm like, I'm just here to do my shit. I kind of viewed it as my job. I'm like, this is my job. I have to
That's
do it.
what
I'll
I
do
did.
it.
I just
And-
can't wait to do this for the next 4 years. Then the 4 years finished up. My dad's like, "What do you want to do with your life?" And I was like, what's tomorrow? What am I doing tomorrow?" And then I had that whole thing.
But yeah, and from my junior year to my senior year, that's all I did. I would sit at my lunch table by myself, and
What?
I didn't. Well, yeah, no one like.
Wow.
My whole perspective on being the new kid is like you don't know anyone, so it's hard for the
Yeah.
new kid to really reach out to people.
Yeah.
I honestly expect people from that school to reach out to them because you have more questions to ask them than they have questions to ask you.
Right.
Like, what are they gonna ask you? Like, oh, where did you like? What school did you go to before this? It's like I've been here my whole life. It's like, oh shit. You're more inclined to ask someone that's a new, like, oh, where were you before? And that opens up many more questions.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. When there was more new kids coming in my junior and senior year, I'll talk to them. I'll reach out because I know, like, how did that feel?
Yeah.
Even back in my old school when I wasn't the new kid, every time I just saw a new kid, I'll talk to them because I'm like, well, no, like, I want to get to know them. They're new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are they going to fucking talk to us about?
Right.
Yeah.
To just break that ice and they'll get more comfortable and stuff. So I did. Bless you.
Bless
Damn,
you.
Paul, you're fucking passing this shit around. God damn it. But
That's you.
Bless you. Bless you. I'm pretty sure you said that right.
No,
Right.
I stay when she sneezed. I didn't say bless you.
Oh, you don't want to bless her?
No, because he hates me.
Oh, the bullying, right? But I did have this one kid who invited me. Like I had it on Snapchat. He was cool in my classroom. He was a chill guy, and he asked me to come sit with him in his lunch table. I mean, I felt awkward because I didn't know what to contribute into the conversation because they had their own thing, you know, they had their own
Yeah.
clique. So,
Yeah.
and no one like I think they did kind of talk to me a bit. I'm not even sure if I'm remembering
You
this.
should have joined
correctly.
choir.
No.
Oh my!
Yeah, no,
God,
because
no.
choir
Honestly?
was great because you would have automatically had a friend group.
They.
Well, honestly, I should have done theater. I think
Yeah.
Oh, you would
I-
have been amazing in theater.
Yeah.
I would have. Well, even as a like when I was like younger, I loved to role play, like play by myself. That was like my biggest thing as a kid. I would always
Oh.
just play by myself.
Plainfield Central High School would have eaten you up.
Would eating you up. Well, I mean, like I said, as a kid,
Yeah.
you're talking about high school.
Nah, Junior, we're still kids at heart. What are you talking about?
You're right.
I used to play with
I have a play date for myself.
I didn't play with dolls. I played with like horse figurines.
I am not surprised.
I'm not surprised. That doesn't
You
surprise
do-
me.
you do
That's
look
probably
like
the.
I had a
I-
barn with my name on it and everything.
I had.
Michaela.
What the fuck did I played?
I
with-
still have it too.
Oh, I don't have any of my old stuff, but I used to have. I'm trying to think. I had like very like mini like little action figures. Like they were like that fucking big. But I don't remember what.
Was
They,
that like a
Your parents
ninja?
couldn't get you any bigger toys.
I guess no. Well, no. I think those were just my favorite. I don't know what the fuck they were, but I just remember them being super small, and I broke one of their arms, and I used I think silly putty to put it back together.
Huh.
Like I'm pretty sure. I think I froze it, put it in the freezer or whatever.
I don't think I've yet really played with toys. My parents did get me toys, or I think I did see toys, and I'm like, oh, that's cool, and I would play with it for a bit. But I think I would mostly like play, just like literally act on my own, like pretend like someone's there and interact with them and create this whole like.
You had
Sorry.
imaginary friends?
I wouldn't say imaginary friends. I think I would take them out from TV shows, or like I would like. That's what I'm saying. I would like
That was-
reenact.
I do that now in my
And-
head.
Oh, you do that now?
Sometimes, yeah. I would just
I throw
I
my.
don't know.
I think
Like-
about
Kayla's having a psychotic breakdown.
like if I can't like dream, you know,
I
then I'll
can't
make up
dream.
like scenarios in my head.
That's here.
when you can't dream and just make scenarios up in my head.
Actually, I understand that. Actually, one thing I do remember when I was like maybe in second grade, I met this girl. Her name is Taylor, and she was my elementary school crush. And
Nice.
I remember, I don't know how much this is true because I would only remember this when I was like dreaming. Like it felt like deja vu type of thing. But I feel like this might be true. I think I would like tell her stories, like just make up some random stories and just tell her. And from what I can recall, she seemed interested. I don't know. I could probably been fucking dumb and she'd be like, cool. I'm fucking weirdo.
Junior's just talking to his wall.
She was never real.
Never real.
But,
that was the dream.
Well, no, and that's what, with I never had imaginary friends. Even my mom said, like, I asked my mom, how was I as a kid? And she was like, she was like, I was very independent as a child.
Yeah, I
Like,
was the same.
I would never ask my parents for anything. Like, my favorite food to make that I knew how to make was French toast sticks.
Okay.
I knew how to operate the oven. I would just stack them and then work it. And my mom said, yeah, I would never like really ask them. I would always play by myself, or like if the neighbors are available, I would go play with them. She's like, you weren't like antisocial or anything.
Yeah.
You just did your own thing whenever you wanted. And so I asked her, I'm like, well, how did I react into moving? Because I moved when I was in third grade. And third grade was ending. I was going into fourth, and that's when they told me like, "Oh, we're moving." And I'm like, "Well, how did I react?" Like some kids, throw a fit and stuff. And she's like, "You were just like, okay." She's like, "You didn't you weren't worried or anything. You were
More
just
friends, more friends to play with.
Maybe that was my thinking." And like that makes me wonder. I'm like, damn, as a kid, was I always just on autopilot? Like I'm like, I was always had that mentality of, it is what it is. What can I do? All right, like I'm just a kid.
That's my.
Let's join for
now,
this,
dude.
Yeah. I mean, that's in a way that's my thinking as well. When shit happens, I'm like, well, I mean, I'm like, I'll be upset about it, but I'm like, what can I do? I'm like,
Yeah.
I was really stressed as a child. Still am.
I can see that.
Still am. Very
I'm stressed now because I'm adulting. It's scary.
I think as soon as I turned 7 and Lexi was born,
You're like,
immediately stressed.
she's like, fuck, I'm a mom now. God damn it.
Like immediately, like I've
got
just been
bills to
stressed
pay.
since.
I got a baby now. I have to watch this. Oh, Michaela, 7 years old, with stress about being a mom. That's funny. I mean, probably that wasn't actually.
I gotta give her a nebulizer treatment. Like
What the fuck?
Lexi was really sick.
Nebulizer. Oh, that's the like inhaler type of thing.
Yeah.
It's just I used to take that shit too because I had asthma, and there was like a whole ass machine and miss. Yeah.
Breathing
was-
treatment,
yeah.
That's what I call
I
it.
would sit on the couch and be like, I'm like getting stoned.
I got bronchitis a lot as a kid, like yearly, like for like 3 or 4 years, like in a row. I don't know why, and it was around the same. It was like spring every year, and I had that fucker for like the time I was like 5 to.
Nah, me it was just
9.
asthma.
Well, we kind of gotta wrap this up, guys.
All right, I'm gonna do something
Consent is
special
Oh,
for this 20th episode. You want to hear a fun fact?
Yeah, what's up?
So you know soccer,
Okay.
the term soccer, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
And
the
how
term
how the English folk fucking mock the Americans, like it's no soccer,
Oh, it's football.
Oh yeah.
I agree with them. It makes sense.
Soccer was coined by the English.
Stop.
Those
Literally
bastards.
stop.
This is it was.
Stop.
Look it up.
Stop,
Soccer was coined by the
That's
English,
crazy.
and it went because they had a phase where they like to add it was football originally, and then they called it, I think, sock or like us. I think they called it us. It was weird. Look it up, the origin. It's hilarious. But then they went through another phase when they started adding er to everything at the end. So then they added er to soccer. And that's how. And then after that, they just went back to football.
You can't.
But
go
they
back.
never.
Bro.
They never. Yeah, they went back to like just. I guess the popularity of that word died down in fucking English and England, and they fucking went back to football.
Like skippity toilet riz.
But they never told what?
What?
Wait, what did you
What'd you
repeat
say?
that? Yeah,
I was talking about Skippy toilet riz. That's what I heard. Skippy toilet riz.
No, skippity toilet riz.
Skippity toilet.
What the fuck is
are you
that?
talking
about?
How do you guys not know that?
You guys are getting old.
Come on. Wow. Yeah, you guys are not keeping up with Gen Alpha, guys.
Fuck you! I don't want to keep up with Gen Alpha.
Is that an English term? What?
It's skibbity toilet riz.
What the
what
fuck?
the fuck is
I
that?
feel like I'm having a stroke right now.
God damn it. Paul's older than us and he fucking knows it. What the fuck is it? I don't want to look at the image. You guys can't see it, but I'm fucking peeking through the fucking.
Like, okay, so we all know
What
the
the
word
fuck?
riz,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then skibbity toilet is like another term that they came up with.
The English? Or who?
It's Skibbity Toilet.
Yes,
Yeah, Skibbity
Gen
Toilet
Alpha kids
Rizzler,
in
Ohio.
USA.
Can someone translate this?
That's. I'm talking about when I think English, I'm in England.
No. I was just saying something stupid because I thought it was funny.
Well, you can't just throw in words like that because I'm like
Oh,
we're on the topic of England. and
I
you
didn't
just-
know that I was gonna throw you for such a loop, Junior.
We're in the topic of English, but yeah, the English has never informed Americans about them. Going
Yeah,
back to
that's crazy,
football.
though.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's great. I think I learned that from the podcast Pod Crush.
Oh, crush. I gotta
But,
start listening to these guys.
Yeah, they're
I'm gonna have to check
it's,
it out.
It's awesome.
My
but
brain's a little fried from the fucking Skibbity Toilet Rizzler.
Yeah.
Skibbity toilet riz.
I need this to end. I can't fucking.
All right, guys, like, comment, subscribe, listen to Hot Girls, and please, everybody, male, female, they, thems, give your consent and
Please.
receive
Yes.
consent too.
please, and if
All right.
if you truly
Come on,
don't
guys.
know about consent, get knowledge. Knowledge
Yeah.
is power. But
Watch consenting tea video. It's
Yeah,
basically.
I
what you
love the
said.
consenting tea video.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
I
End
mean,
it now, or we're gonna talk about this for another 15 minutes.
for kids, the French fry theory, because
Yes.
they're not fucking kids. Don't drink tea. They're gonna be like, what the fuck is this?
They'll get it too.
They'll get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, consent, guys, and we love you, and we'll see you next time.
Yep. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.
Bye.
Bye.
Make Michaela cry. Little bastards.
No swanky monkey.
No spanking.
No swinging.
Megan.